Man, tap the fuck in. I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. I'm upset. I'm upset. There's a whole lot of fuck going on in the world, and the fact that I have to come and sit here and talk about to fix your self-image. Are you serious right now? It's okay. I don't even, I understand. I'm just a little overwhelmed, and I'm not even overwhelmed. That was the wrong word. But let's get back to what you're here for, and we're fixing your self-image. Because girl, okay. So what I want to start off with is, what are the excuses that you're giving yourself? How are you justifying settling? Okay, wow, don't move too much, stay still. Okay, how are you justifying settling where you're at, whether that be in your job, your health, your relationships? How do you justify you settling? How do you justify your complacency in your life, whether it be in a specific area or generally? Why are your dreams only dreams? Why are these images of yourself you see as an illusion or like a what if or one day? Why can't that day be now? And most importantly, why do you feel like you need to fit in order to be liked? That's the thing. We can feel different. We can feel othered. Yes, I understand that. There's two ways you can go about it, right? There's that one way of like, oh my gosh, I'm unique. Bitches love me. Yeah, I'm not basic. Yeah. He just wanna fuck with me because I'm one of the supreme. Or it could be, oh, no one likes me. I don't fit in. I'm always different. Da 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 da. Whoa. Reverse back up. What is you doing? Hello? My whole point of bringing these questions to you to get your brain running as we dive into fix your self-image is because you need to understand how the hell is your self-image affecting your life. And the reason that you can't move forward and realize the full potential of yourself, in order to understand that, you have to look at the common denominator. What's the reoccurring theme throughout all of your justifications that you give yourself for whatever areas of life? Let's unpack this. What prevents us from moving forward and elevating is rooted in our self-image. Oh my God, see, I'm pissed. Like, why is there a fruit fly? Why? I don't mean to. Man, we got fucking World War III. That president, you know, both the presidents, you know what I'm saying? And we got all this new type of legislation, man. It's a lot. And I'm over here, and the thing is that why are you talking about self-image if you got all this political stuff happening if you're really trying to change the world? But look, in order for us to change the world, you need to fucking change yourself. You need to worry about yourself. You need to heal yourself. And we got to understand our potential, understand our truth, understand our nature before we can try to fix the world and burn this shit to the ground. So before we get into that, and because I have a lot of passion, I have a lot of anger, and I, you know, but it's rooted to the betterment of humanity. So please stay tuned in, lock in, because what I'm about to share with you is ultimately going to not only free you, but the generations that come after you and the lineage that came before you. That was a word. Amen. Okay, so how are we going to fix this? How are we going to gain control of our self-image? I'm going to give you 3 ways, and these are the next 3 steps that you need to take in your life in order to be the change that you want to see in yourself and in the world. 1, self-talk. Self-image, self-talk. Self-image. What do you think about yourself? What do you view yourself? How do you see yourself? How we see ourselves and how we see things, we have this perspective because it was mainly taught and told to us. So, you know how they say the hardest slave to free was the slave who didn't know they were a slave. Like Frederick Douglass, he said that at times he envied the ignorance of his peers because he knew that he was a slave. He knew the injustice that was happening. He knew that there was more to life, that this wasn't only the option. But the other people that he was on the plantations with did they know that? No, they didn't, because they were born into slavery and that's all that they knew. So that's all that they thought was normal. Imagine that on like a blown up scale. When you look in the mirror, it's the same thing. If you're like constantly being bullied, and you can be bullied by your siblings, trust and fucking believe, I was hella bullied by all my siblings. If you're constantly bullied that you're fat, look at your cellulite, oh my god, your acne's so bad, your eyes are ugly, you're so annoying, you're so dumb, you're so stupid, why do you act like that, why do you talk like that, I hate your laugh, all of these things, that is doctrine. It's teaching you about yourself. You're getting this outside perspective of, and it's like a report on what you show up as. And so when you get those reports of these from these up people in your life trying to tell you about you, you accept that and you take that, because what the hell else? Like, you only have your perspective, you only have your experience from the inside, you don't get to experience yourself from the outside. So you accept what people think and say that you are. How do you reverse that? You make up your own narrative. You define your perspective. You decide what you show up as. And by doing that, you can first start with your self-talk. A lot of the times when we have mistakes or we immediately say, oh, I'm so stupid, or like, that was stupid, I shouldn't have done that. Don't ever say stupid. Take out stupid from your vocabulary. Unless you're roasting someone and it's rightfully so, morally, not just legally, morally, because the law ain't never been on our side. We already see that with the Supreme Court and the former presidency granting immunity. Hey, let's come back. Take stupid out of your vocabulary. Okay, next time you want to call yourself stupid, say, instead of saying, oh, I'm so stupid, say, it's okay, I'm still learning. It's okay, it was a mistake. Fail forward. Or that was so dumb, I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh well, it happened, we gotta move on. You can't hyperfixate on the mistakes that you've made and the things that you don't like about yourself. What value does it give you to dwell on the things that bring you down? If it brings you down, learn from it, sit with it, and accept it, but don't let it define you. Keep that shit pushing. Charge that shit to the game and keep it pushing, because today's a new day to be a bad bitch, and that's a motto. Another way that you can work on your self-image is by damn, stop moving. Okay. Another way to work on your self-image is by leaving yourself little notes. You can do sticky notes, you can do postcards, you can have magnets around, dry erase markers on your mirror. Leave yourself notes wherever you are. Put them on your steering wheel, put them on every single mirror. Put them in places that you're consistently at. So whether that be your desk, whether that be your car, whether that be your mirror. I say these things because that's usually where we have to be, like every single day. Or whether that be the entrance of your home or the exit of your room, whatever that is, leave notes all around you and let those notes be positive. Let those notes target those deep insecurities and those negative feelings that you have about yourself. If you feel like you hate your body, write, I look good as fuck, or you put, every day I get better and better. You know what I'm saying? Like, put whatever you want to put. Like, it doesn't have to be, I love myself. It doesn't have to be, today's gonna be a good day. Yes, those are actually good ones though. If you actually put today's a good day, then chances are you're probably gonna have a good day. But what I'm saying is, get creative. Really make it personal for you. The more personal it is, the more that you write in your language, the more you can understand that. So leave these notes all around and write them in your language to fit your needs. And on top of your self-talk, like I said, a lot of the self-talk has been programmed from outer perspectives. So how do you shift your perspective as well that will lead into your self-talk? Do things that will make you feel pretty. So what I mean by this is, yes, of course, you can do your hair, you do your makeup, yeah. But what I mean is, do things to yourself that when you pass by a mirror, you stop and you stare a few times. You do a little turn and you go closer and you come out and then you do a little pose, yeah. Do things that make you fascinated to look into the mirror and recognize everything you are. That's how we're gonna tackle self-talk. Now the next step I farted. The next step is setting boundaries. One thing about boundaries that I've been working on this my entire life, they kind of strip our boundaries away from a very young age, from a very, very young age. And I'm sorry if you've ever heard the phrase, kids should not have privacy. That is completely wrong. Everyone deserves privacy. So let's undo that mess right now, because your privacy is like autonomy, and autonomy is directly tied to your boundaries. So if you don't recognize your autonomy and your privacy, it's going to be a lot harder for you to have boundaries. And if you're like me, this is something that's been distorted ever since you were a little girl. So recently I had found that I have been giving my number out to these people that asked me for my number. I had told this to my therapist, like, I don't even like these people, I don't want them, but I'm just scared to give them my number, because what if they hit me or beat me or stalk me? Like, I don't want to be another headline because I rejected someone. And even though it's very, very, very valid, hella valid, she still had pointed out that I still don't need to give him my it sounds crazy, I know. There's two sides of it, because that is a very, very valid story. But also on the other aspect of believing I'm in a safe space and not taking it to that extreme, and also recognizing my history of boundaries and the lack of, she had pointed out that at the end of the day, I don't need to give him my number. I don't. She then referenced the point of me being a diamond, right? And to be a diamond, you have to like dig deep. You have to apply a lot of pressure to get to the diamond. It's not an easy thing. Like, it's not easily accessible. That's basically how you want to move, especially in the dating scene. You can't just be too accessible. You are a precious. You have to know your worth. You have to know your value. And you can't just give everyone access to you. So by me giving my number, I gave them a little bit of access, and it was hella easy for them. And it should have never been that way, right? Because I never texted them. I never wanted to. I never wanted to see them. I didn't really think they were that attractive, but I was just doing it because I felt compelled to, because I'm working on setting boundaries, right? And so it's the same thing. So we're scared to ask for water. We're scared to go to the bathroom. We're scared to ask for a ride. We're scared to ask for money. We're scared to do this, that. Speak up and say how you feel. Say what you want. Say what you need. Say how you're feeling, man. Stop all the bullshit. Tell these motherfuckers what's up. And this goes for even your mutuals on Instagram. You don't need to follow everybody. You don't need to follow these bitches that you really don't fuck with. Like, you don't need, like, no. Like, you can decide your reality, your circle, and if you want certain people to be there, go ahead. If you don't want certain people, take them hoes out, because this is your life. You have to understand that you can decide what flows in and out of your life. You need to set your boundaries, practice your boundaries, practice speaking up. And one thing that will really help you in the long term of your boundaries, and in those moments where it is hard to speak up, is practice saying yes and no. The more that you say yes verbally out loud, not just in your head, yes, your brain is starting to realize, like, oh, you can agree to something, you could not to agree. The more you say no, just flat out no. And it doesn't even have to be like in a serious thing. It could just be like, oh, hey, I'm making toast, do you want a piece? You can be like, oh no, but thank you. You know, say no. Don't say, oh, I'm good right now, or oh, I already ate. I said say no. Say no. Okay? Practice saying yes or no, because the more that you practice that, the more your brain will realize you have a voice and you can decide what you want to do. You can disagree. You can agree. You can set boundaries. The thing about boundaries is, like, we're so scared to set them because we don't want to be difficult. Right? We don't want to be difficult. We don't want to be seen as hard and all this other stuff. But it's okay to be difficult. Like I said, oh my god, this fucking fruit fly is gonna be it's really pissing me off. Like the diamond reference. Do you think diamonds are easy to get? Even when they're out the dirt, they're still not easy to get. They cost a lot of money. And to get the good stuff, you gotta go to these different places. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay to be a little inconvenient. It's okay to be hard. It's okay to be a little difficult every now and then from time to time, to let these people know that you're not the one or two. Yeah. So be difficult, be inconvenient. It is what it is, because the people who really rock with you are gonna go out of their way, are gonna show up for you, or are gonna work with you. And those are the people that respect your boundaries. Those are the people that value you. So move in the way that you want to move. Don't be afraid to say what you want to say and do what you want to do, because this is your life at the end of the day, baby. This ties into my last point of only saying yes to the things that you truly want to do. Not just saying yes to stuff because it's convenient and it's right there. Stop settling. Stop. This is how 50% of marriages happen. It's not really something you truly actually want to do. It's something that you've been programmed and taught to do, and then it kind of just fell into your lap and you're like, all right, bet, let's do it. And then later down the road you're like, actually this was not something I wanted to do, and I kind of knew that from the jump, but I still did it. No, stop. And this is directly tied to your boundaries. Have you been practicing your self-talk about how you truly think and feel about yourself and your capabilities and your abilities? And then you're also practicing your boundaries, saying yes or no. You're building your discernment between what is in alignment with you and what is not. And then if you do not practice these two things, then you fall into the convenience of life and accept things that you would have never truly accepted have you just waited a little and worked on yourself a little more. So what I'm telling you is, do not say yes to things that you truly do not want. Don't say yes to things just because they are convenient and they're there. Don't fall into a relationship or a marriage, because at that point, baby, you should have just got a roommate. You should have just got a roommate. You should have just got a roommate and a rose and cooled it, because babe, there's a long life ahead of you, and your image will decide your reality, and it will also decide your future, and both these things will become the past, and you don't want to look back and regret. Lock in, tap the fuck in, subscribe to my channel, like this, and comment what's the next step that you're gonna do today. So I need you to engage, get involved, tap in, bitch. Let's get this money, because today's a new day to be a bad bitch. So whatever bullshit that's happened, charge it to the game and keep it pushing. I'm out.